Working of a single slope ADC, and after that we'll see a dual slope ADC. In a single slope ADC, V reference minus V reference is given to the integrator, so it is having resistor R and C, and output of this integrator is connected to a comparator whose negative terminal is connected to the output of the integrator, and positive terminal is connected to your input. Now output of this comparator is connected to this AND gate. When it is high, the clock pulse is given to the counter starts counting. So what happened here is the integrator, you are applying a minus VREF, so you can see that output is going from 0 to positive directions. Okay, now every time it is compared. So if the output of integrator is less than Vn, the output of the comparator is high. So what you can see is the clock pulse is given to the counter, and counter counts as long as when this integrator output signal is equal to Vn, that time, till that time, or equal to Vn, so output become low. That time there won't be any counting action. So you can see that one till output of the comparator reaches Vn, counter counts, but when it reaches or equal to Vn, then counter stops. So output of the counter is exactly equal to Vn. So here this is a single slope, but here accuracy of single slope is poor due to the aging of resistor and capacitor. Because of that, you know that what happened is there can be change in the slope. The slope is V reference by, the slope is nothing but V reference by RC. Okay, so you can see here, and Vn is equal to T by RC into V reference, and V reference is constant and RC is constant, so you can see that Vn is proportional to T. Vn is proportional to T. Okay, so this is the working of a single slope ADC. Now if you go to dual slope, so here we are using two signals. One is Vn and another is V reference, minus V reference. So initially it is given to Vn. So the RC, everything is same. So you can see that Vn we don't know. Depending Vn we don't know. So depending upon Vn, okay, depending upon Vn, the magnitude, depending upon the magnitude of Vn, the integrator integrates the positive Vn we are applied here. First it is connected to Vn, so a positive voltage applied. Depending upon the magnitude, it integrates. It integrates for a certain time. It integrates for a certain time, T1. Okay, then you can see that if Vn is high, the slope is high. Vn is low, slope is low, like that. When Vn is high, the slope is high, so it will go to the farthest length. If Vn is low, it will go to the shortest. Now what we can see that after that it is shifted after some particular constant time, it is shifted to V reference. Now when you apply the V reference, the RC is constant and V reference is constant. So what happened is the slope is constant. So depending upon the how much it come down, okay, depending upon that, If it is come down little, then it will reach very fast. So T2 is less. If the input is come more down, no, if the output of the comparator comes more down, then when you connect it to the minus V reference, the output of the comparator reaching to 0, it will take more time. So this slope is constant because V reference is constant, RC is constant. So suppose, for example, if Vn is very small, suppose if I am putting this as 5 voltage, here I am putting 5 voltage, and here I am putting 10 voltage. Now if it is 5 voltage, the integrator output is like this, till here it will reach. If it is 10 voltage, integrator output is reaches here. For a particular time, T1 is constant, that much time only you are allowing the Vin to connected to this integrator. After what you are doing, you are switching the switches to minus V reference. So from the negative value, it integrates in the positive directions. It with a constant slope. If it is why it is constant? This V reference is constant, R and C is constant for any input signal. If you are putting 5 also, we are using same V reference. If you are using 10, you are using same V reference. So what happened? The slope is constant. So if the depth, for example, we will tell this as a depth. If depth is small, then time taken to reach the 0 is also less. For a 10, it will take more time to reach the 0. Now this time is converted into counts, so that is directly proportional to the input. Okay, so that is the main working of this. V naught is 1 by RC. V naught is 1 by RC in the integrator of Vn by dt. V1 is this voltage is equal to minus T1 by RC. T1 is this. T1 is constant. T1 by RC into Vn. After Vn, switch is connected to V reference. Integrate to positive directions. So it will go to, okay. So it is having a constant slope that is given by V reference by RC. Okay. So here the slope is Vn by RC. Vn always different value. Initially you are using some 5 voltage, and after that you want to convert to 10 voltage. So Vn is not constant, so slope is changing. Here the slope is constant. That is the key factor you should remember. Now after you switched to minus V reference, what will be the output voltage? Wait for 1 minute. 1 minute. Yes. Now consider once more. Yeah. Now after this T1, okay, this is T2. So after a certain time T1, the switch is moved to minus V reference. That time the output voltage is minus 1 by RC into minus V reference into dt plus V initial. So that is equal to minus T2 by RC, this time minus T2 by RC into minus V reference plus V1. So V0 is equal to T2 minus, so T2 by RC into V reference. V1 is, we already calculate as minus T1 by RC into Vn. So this voltage, when it equal to 0, so when you are equating to 0, you will get it as T2 by RC into V reference. T2 by RC into V reference is equal to T1 by RC into Vn. Okay, RC you can cut it. So T2 is equal to T1 into Vn divided by V reference. T1 time into Vn divided by V reference, T2. So it depends upon Vn. Okay, it depends upon T1 is constant. This T1 is constant and V reference also constant. So here you can see that T2 is proportional to Vn. Now, when you are looking to the complete cycle, how it works, we'll see that. So here, first it is connected to plus Vn. So the output of the integrator starts integrating in a negative direction. That time the comparator output is connected to 0. So here a negative means here positive. So it is given to clock. So positive connected clock is connected to the n bit counter. So the counter starts counting from 0 and it allows the counter to counts completely for a 4 bit start from 000 to 111. And once this completed, that time this overflow bit of this counter become 1, which makes the switch to switch back to V reference. Here one of the important things you should understand that once if you consider positive Vn, here it is a negative to negative positive. So here you will get a positive value. How much time that positive value retaining is depending upon the counter overflow. Once the counter flow, this is fixed, 000 to 11, that time is fixed, that is T1. Okay, after the counter output is overflow bit is 1, that time the switch is moved to V reference. Now what happened once it is connected to the V reference? Okay, now it starts integrating in the positive directions. Okay, it integrating the positive direction, but still after overflow, the counter after when the counter overflow signal is become 1, once the counter counts 111, then after that counter reset, that time overflow is overflow bit become 1. Okay, now the output of this counter is after overflow become 1, the output of the counter all are reset. That time the integrator starts integrating in the positive directions. Okay, so that time also this you can see that it is in the negative side only. So here it is positive, so counts again, counter again starts counting positively. Once integrator output reaches 0, that time here it become low, that time no clock is passed, and whatever the count reaches, that will be the output proportional to the input signal. So this is the working of a dual slope. Here what do you have to understand that when you are applying a Vn we don't know what, sometimes it may be 5 voltage, sometimes it may be 10 voltage. That time it allows the integrator to integrate depending upon Vn, the slope also changes. Sometimes it may be slow depth, otherwise it may be big depth. Okay, so like that. Now it allows, how much time it allows? So here, whenever it is a negative going, okay, whenever it is negative going, that time certainly here it is high, that time counter starts counts, and it allows the counter to count fully. Once it is full count, after that it will overflow become 1 and output of the counter reset to 0. That time the Vin is shifted to V reference. Now from here, output of the comparator is very negative value. From there, the output of the integrator integrates in the positive direction, because here it is minus V reference. So here V reference is constant and R and C are constant, so the slope is constant, and the slope depending upon the depth. Here when the depth is small, it will take small time. Here depth is more, it will take more time to reach the 0. Once the comparator output reaches 0, that time output of the integrator 0, then comparator output is 0, that time counter stops. Whatever the counter output, that will be the output of the diode slope.